What's good, family? You are now tuned in to the Good Morning Maine podcast with me, your guy, your big unk, your unlicensed life therapist, Rollingwithro. I'm so glad to have you here for episode 6, season 1, Worry Ain't Working. Let's go ahead and let's jump into it. When you think of worry, and I'm asking you, we're going to have some things that I want you to jot that down. So remember that and keep that in your head. When you think of worry, what does it mean? Like, seriously, what does it mean? Here's what I've determined worry is. I think worry is misuse of our imagination. It's like having faith, but in reverse. It's like rehearsing for the worst, even when the best is what? It's still possible. You see, when we worry, we don't know what's coming. So we worry not because we know what's coming. We worry because we don't know what's coming. And we worry because we don't have that trust in ourselves that we need to build up. And I know that somewhere deep down inside of us, it feels safer to what? To panic than to believe. We often choose to stress because control feels familiar. But I have a question for you. Where is your faith? Where's your faith? Where is your faith? And what faith does, it asks us to rest when our mind is screaming, run, let's go. Because that's what worry does. Worry makes you stress out. Worry makes you crash out. But faith keeps us still because faith tells us that there is a possibility that something good is going to come, and I believe in that. And all you need is what? What the good word said? Faith the size of a mustard seed. And you can say to this mountain, move here, and that mountain shall move. And nothing for you shall be impossible. Believe that, man. Believe that. You see, I've realized, and as you reflect, I know you will realize as well, we all know that worry ain't never paid no bills. Worry ain't never fixed no heartbreak. And worry has never changed a situation. It only changes us for the bad, not for the good. And shout out to my girl over in Memphis, Tennessee on Main Street at Crown Tower, Memphis for this Phi Beta Sigma, man, boots on the ground fan. Good quality, man. I want to shout out. You can check her out on IG. Man, these are good quality. She has all D9. She also has a range of colors that are not logos, but she has other colors. She has fans, man. So go check her out. That's Crown Tower Memphis on Instagram. If you want to look her up, she's on Main Street in Memphis. Shop, support black businesses, man. Back to the subject at hand. I remember Bob Proctor, and I love to follow Bob Proctor. He's been instrumental in helping me retool myself, my thoughts, and pushing myself toward being a better Romero, a more confident, poised, and powerful guy myself. And I've been using him for that motivation. Books on Audible, YouTube. I love listening to him. He's witty. Anyway, he said that worrying causes biochemical changes in our body. And again, he also said it's the misuse of our imagination. It's the misuse of our imagination. We be out here using our minds to build prisons instead of plans. And for what? Think about it. For what? How about we use that same imagination to see the good coming, to speak peace over our life instead of panic? We got to make sure we're using our energy in the right way. We must, because we need that peace of mind so we can think clear, so that we can think with clarity, right? So we got to be in the right space. And speaking of clarity, I want you to right now, let's center ourselves real quick. Let's center ourselves. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And we're going to exhale slowly through your mouth. Should make you feel a little peaceful. And I want you to affirm with me. I release the need to worry. I trust myself, my journey, and my peace. I will not shrink to fit someone else's comfort. I am not built to break. I am built to rise. One more time, let's breathe in through our nose, all the good. Hold it, think about that good, and release through your mouth all the negative things. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. See, you're building something good inside of you. Let's do it. We're going to get into some of the main points now. I want to talk about the lie of worry. I want to talk about the lie of worry. You see, personally, I used to be the king of worry. I know it may not look like it, but I used to be the king of worry. And like you, some of you too, we all have some things that we share that's alike. We may not talk about them, but I used to always worry about how folks saw me and what they thought about me when I walked in a room. You know, things like how am I dressed? How am I moving? My mannerisms. Anything that pretty much I didn't get reinforced in a good way from my childhood, that stuff just continued into my young adulthood and adulthood and even into now until we decide to take our power back. You know, you have to take that power back. But I used to worry about those things. I used to think to myself, if I fix myself to please them, I'd be okay. Oftentimes, that's what happens. We think if we fix ourselves to be what? To be liked by these same people who also have issues, they're just better at covering it. We think everything is going, to be okay. But guess who you're hurting? You, me. We're hurting ourselves. We're hurting ourselves in the long run. I had to learn and jot this down. This is my line I want you to take. Worry is imagination gone wrong. It's like rehearsing failure before anything even happens. Have you been around people who it's the worst? I never have any good luck. I knew this wasn't gonna work. Nothing good comes to me. Stop that. You gotta let that go. You have to speak over yourself regardless of the situation. You do. And we used to I used to let my thoughts run wild in my head without checking them. I wasn't questioning the lies that I was telling myself in my head. You got to be accountable enough to do that, because I know I'm lying to myself. But you lie to yourself for so long, guess what happens? You believe it. That's what happens. We believe it. We buy into the lie that we've been telling ourselves. What really happened, one day I stood in the mirror, I looked myself dead in the eyes, and you're gonna have to do the same thing. I love you, Romero. You're enough, just like this, like right now. And I didn't believe it at first, because this has been years, but I do now. I believe in myself more now than I did during the COVID era when my life spiraled down. Because you have to start where you are. Every day we're here is a new day. It's time that you can say, I'm a better me. I'm going to love on me. Because that's where it starts. Right there with you loving on you. Now let's talk about part 2. Flip it from worry to belief. We talked about worry. I just told you about the lie of worry. Now let's flip it. Let's go from worry to belief. Belief is just as powerful as worry, but in the opposite direction. It's like having faith going forward. Remember I said that worry was faith in reverse, but belief is faith going forward. Worry would say, what if it goes wrong? But guess what belief will say? If worry says it'll go wrong. Belief says, what if it works out better than I could imagine? Every day, you and I, we get to choose what team we play for. We can either be team worry, oh my God, or you can be over here, team work and play for it. teamwork and faith. You can't sit on both teams. I know you can't be non-binary. You can't, not in this realm, not with word and faith and belief. You cannot. When I started working on myself, I had to not want to impress anyone. That was the rule. Yeah. So when I started to work on myself and not to impress anyone else, but simply because I wanted to feel good in my skin, that's when everything changed. So jot that down. When you work on yourself because you want to, that's when everything will change. I started to feel good. I'm not perfect, but I'm moving, and that's enough. That's all you can ask yourself, is to start moving in a direction that will work for you. Right? Now, can you guess who's been helping me rebuild my belief over doubt and worry? If you guess Buddy, my wise tree and plant friend from nature, you got it right. I had to take a walk and talk to somebody who always gave it to me straight up. Buddy, trying to make sure he's here. Are you here, big dog? Well, he sent it to me. Buddy, he says, I'm rooted, bro. What's on your mind? I've been preaching this worry ain't working true, but sometimes, buddy, that old fear tries to whisper back in my ear, to worry. How do you deal with it? I bend with the wind, but I don't break. Worry comes like a storm, but I stay rooted. You grow by reaching toward the light, not hiding from the dark. Whoo, buddy! You still got that bar wisdom, I see. You already know. Look, when you believe in the seeds you planted, you don't worry every day if it's growing. You water it, you work it, you wait. Worry don't speed up the harvest. Buddy, man, that's a whole sermon in one tree. Thank you so much. I've always appreciated you. I appreciate you now for that. I'll talk to you next time, my friend. Guys, Buddy keeps me grounded, as y'all can see. And yeah, it's when I go walking in nature, I met Buddy. But in my mind, he's still my tree friend, because there was a tree I talked to every time when I went into nature. Nature is a living thing. You can talk to it. People might say you crazy. You're not crazy. You're figuring it out. And that's my friend, Buddy, my wise tree friend. Shout out to Buddy, man. But I have an action challenge right now for us, and we're going to call it the Worry Inventory. So this is what I want you to do after this episode. I want you to write down 3 things you've been worried about. Then I want you to make 2 columns, boom, like a T-chart. Make 2 columns. What I can control over one side, and on the other, what am I releasing? Now, the key, be honest, man. Don't lie to you when you write this out. Be honest, because you have to be honest with yourself. It's just you and you. It's you versus you. It's not versus nothing else. It's you versus you. Yeah, write that down. And I want you to control what you can and trust God. Trust His timing and just work for the rest. That's my call of action for you. And now in closing, as we get ready to close out the Good Morning Man podcast, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me on today. Don't forget to go to subscribe to my page, click like, let someone else know about it, so that you can also be in the know and keep up with me on this show. Worry might kind of knock, but belief got the keys to your joy. So when it shows up, you tell it, not today, not in my mind, not in my energy. What I want you to do is take care of your mind, your mirror moments, and your movements. Start that gym, start that journal, start speaking life to yourself even when your voice shakes. I'm Rollingwithro. I was joined by my wise tree friend, Buddy, and this has been another soul-serving message from your favorite podcaster and big Rollingwithro on the Good Morning Man podcast. Until next time, breathe deep, love hard, and remembering the words of Les Brown, every day is a good day, man, when you create it in your mind. Don't forget to like my page and subscribe to it. Leave your favorite cousin and your big aunt a comment. Let me know that you were here, and I'll see you next time. Keep.